Before going to graduate school, I tried to do as much research as I could. Google was part of it, and also talking to professors and graduate students to really know what I was getting myself into, just to make sure that I have all my bases covered. But with everything, you never really know until you walk the walk. And that is what I experienced in my second year.
So today is Wednesday, January 19th, 2022. Happy New Year. So I wanted to talk about how I feel in this very moment. I feel very relaxed, surprisingly. I feel very relaxed, very calm. I'm trying to live life very intentionally. Lately, things have changed. It's not more about going through the motions of passing classes or doing well, of taking tests, of doing this, of doing that. It's more than that now. It's like, how can I make the best out of this final year of freedom? Let me call it. I'm very intentional. I'm truly trying to live intentionally and not just go through the motions. I wanted to do well in my research. My first view of writing was, it's just hard work. It's just write. It's writing. Research. I think it's time. It's a pain. It's time exhausting. But now, a year later, I think I've started to look at what I am doing a little bit differently after today's class with the civil engineers seminar where we spoke about what goes into the thesis. And I noticed that you're contributing to the field that I'm in. I don't know how, but it's like, hey, I found something. You all want to know? Here it is. So, and it's interesting because we're sitting in class and he's going through your checklist for graduation, like how you have to do all this paperwork, you have to find your committee, you have to, start getting your paper together. This is the structure, defending. And if you had told me all this information prior to me getting to graduate school, I would be scared to death. I would probably not have gone into graduate school because at that time, I would say 2 years ago, if you give me that kind of information of like me presenting myself to people, a room full of professionals, and you want me to expose myself, talk about imposter syndrome. Now it's like, okay, if that's what I need to do, I will do it. It's a new feeling. It's a very new feeling because at first I was not like that. I think if it's something that I know I need to do, I will help my brain to know that it is inevitable and I have to know how to deal with it my own way. So it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. This is my final year of, being a student.
By this time, a year into graduate school, I already created a routine to help me balance schoolwork and research, which created a little bit of time for me to slow down and learn about intentional living. But in my last semester, I had no balance, as it became less of living intentionally and more of a race to complete and submit my thesis report in order for me to graduate on time.
Okay, so Linda, I know so much has happened, but yeah, new hair. Things have happened. This is what? This is September 18th. I'm on campus, 2022, by the way. So welcome to what is supposed to be the final semester of my graduate experience. That is crazy. This is the last semester of school, of me actually taking my brain cells and getting a degree. This is the last of it. I don't think I'm going to get a degree after this. Another one again. A lot is going through my mind, and some days I feel overwhelmed. I don't even know where to start, but we'll start from somewhere, right? Okay, let's start with how is school going, right? So, like I mentioned, this is the last semester, right? And so that means finishing on my thesis report. And I am struggling with the statistics section. I'm finding it very challenging to write and to process the information as I am supposed to. Half of the time, I'm like, do I even know what I'm doing? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I doing the right thing? My eyes are hurting from looking at the screen for more than 9 hours in a day. But yeah, I'm in the process right now of writing the chapter on the statistics, and it's kicking my butt. But you know what? I'll make it through. Like I made it through statistics, the actual class itself, the statistics class. I just have to figure out what I need to. I feel like there's so much to do. I have little time. Like there's a wall right there with the countdown from when the countdown to when I intend to submit or to finish the report and submit it to the committee for them to review. And it's not much time. It's not much time. Today is the 18th. Next month, the 14th of October, is the date that I set that this thing has to be brushed and finished off. And I have what? Less, less than 6 weeks. Actually, if we're not counting that week of the submission, because by that week, I should have had the thing should be done. And all I'm doing is editing and making sure that it's okay, pretty much. I have 4 weeks and a few days. You know, I have it there not to pressure me, but to make me aware of like what is ahead of me. And if I keep wasting time, that's how much time I'm wasting, and I cannot make it back. But yeah, I'm a little stressed. I don't want to be fully stressed, and I'm gradually getting to the point of exhaustion. I've just become a robot at this point that this is it. I have to finish. Like there is no ifs, no buts. I have to get this report done in less than 25 days. Yeah, so half of it, as you can see by this wall, let me show you. This is chapter 1, right? Every single yellow posted is a section. Everything on top of that is a status of where we're at in each of the chapters, right? Chapter 1 through 3, we're up to like 70%. 70% means that I've written something, I gave it to her, she made her comments, she gave it back to me, then I did it again and I submitted again. This is the chapter on data analysis, the actual statistics that I have to talk about. And as you can see, there is nothing. Because I am forming it as I am writing. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if it's correct, but I'm writing something. I just have to write something. I cannot give her a blank sheet of paper and say, hey, tell me exactly what I need to do. She won't do that. I need to finish up. And I have another calendar here. The amount of organization and the amount of time that is required for this thing is intense. For some reason, I'm liking the process. Because it's like, this is me working at my maximum. Like, I am waking up at 5:30, 3:30, just pushing. Friday, I woke up early at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Yesterday, Saturday, I woke up at 5:30 in the morning just to get work done. I woke up yesterday at 5:30 in the morning. Wrote a little bit on the statistics part for like 2 hours, and then after that I worked on there's a parameters class that I'm taking, so I worked on it a little bit, and I read 2 articles for research report for parameters, and then took a break, had breakfast, went down to campus, sat there for like 6 hours trying to run the descriptive statistics because I don't have time. And I came back and I was drained. I was exhausted. And today morning, I woke up at 4:30, started rising up by 5, and sat there for like 4:30 to 7:30. It's a good 3 hours. I was writing this statistics part, and then after that, parameters lecture video. I read an article, then took a break. Actually went grocery shopping, came back, restocked, Then I had a break, had breakfast. As I was eating breakfast, I was watching a lecture video. And then I spent a little bit of time just, you know, wasting time, but not too much, like 15 minutes. And then after that, I went down to campus and I kept working on the statistics part. And now we're back. This thing is draining me. And, I think what I continue to remind myself is this is temporary. This is me at my maximum productive rate. This is me being productive. Like, because it's hit or miss. Like, there's no in between. And I cannot come back next semester. I don't have time. Everything is laid out in such a way that I am done in December. I have done that to myself. So I have to push, I have to really push. I just hope that whatever I do is enough for the committee to say, like, yeah, she deserves a master's degree because my degree depends on that. It's so crazy, but it does, I just hope that whatever I write is enough because to me, it's just I don't know what a master's is supposed to entail, and I just want to make the younger me proud because the younger versions of me have worked so hard to get me to this point and I cannot let them down, Like that is the first person, my younger self. Every single day that I wake up at 4:30, 5:30, sticks in my mind and says that you cannot let that go to waste. You have to succeed. I am trying my best. I am doing as much as I can each day and try not to break down because I can easily break down. And I feel like I am on the verge. I am pushing as much as I can. It's not easy. This is gonna be my routine. Waking up at 4:30 because I'm gonna write. I need time. And on top of that, I need to sleep. Because if I don't sleep, this brain is not functioning as it's supposed to.
So, as you're saying, the real work of my graduate experience did not start up until my last semester. By this time, I had only 3 chapters of my thesis completed, and I had just finished collecting all the necessary data. So it was time for me to start analyzing, discussing, producing some results, and some recommendations. And essentially, I did all of that in 2-3 months. So those 25 days that I was waking up at 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, that was me trying to run all the necessary statistics that I needed in order for me to start actually finishing my thesis. And so as a result of that, I added 6 more chapters to the initial report and 300 pages. And so once I was done and I had submitted my report to my graduate committee, it was time for me to start working on my defense. Is it recording? It's recording, right? Yeah. Alright. Before going to graduate school, I tried to do as much research as I could. And that was by speaking to professors. That dog is in this thing in my second year. I think that's good. I think that's okay. Is that alright, I'm gonna try it again. This dog. If this dog's voice is in this video. Anyways, alright. And that is what I experienced in my second year. Okay, I think that's good.